The HOA president towed my truck from my own driveway at 2 a.m., completely unaware that I literally owned the road her $1 million house sat on, and that I could legally cut off her access forever if I chose to. I came home exhausted from a 14-hour shift to find my work truck gone. My livelihood vanished in the night. The diesel exhaust still lingered in the air like proof of theft. Security footage showed everything. Vivian Whitmore, our self-proclaimed neighborhood dictator, confidently directing the tow truck driver with that smug wave she gave right to my camera, her satisfied smirk as $60,000 worth of equipment disappeared down the street. Rage tasted metallic in my mouth as I stood on the gravel driveway, where I'd parked legally for 15 years. 6 months later, she was sobbing in front of the city council, begging me not to declare her street unbuildable and tank her property value forever. My name is Garrett, and 3 years ago, I lost my wife Elena to cancer. She left me this modest ranch house in Pinehurst Meadows, a neighborhood of 127 homes built between 1998 and 2003 with real wood instead of the cheap particle boards so common now. The house sits on a corner lot with a circular driveway, technically 2 addresses, which mattered more than I realized at first. I'm 47, a general contractor who renovates historic downtown buildings, pulling 60-hour weeks to preserve beauty in a world that prefers tearing things down for the next chain coffee shop. My diesel F-350 with company logos isn't pretty, but it's paid for, and I sometimes park my work trailer there too. It smells like sawdust and real work, something that clearly offended certain delicate sensibilities. Pinehurst Meadows used to feel like a real neighborhood. Blue-collar folks who built these homes themselves, kids biking freely, neighbors borrowing sugar without judgment over grass height. But around 2019, as values skyrocketed, California transplants arrived with cash and no sense of community. That's when the HOA formed to protect property values, code for keeping the wrong people in their place. The key detail: my lot predates the HOA covenants by 6 months. Elena's father ensured that when he sold the land. She was always the smart one. Even now, I sometimes catch the faint scent of her vanilla candles in the house, like she's still watching out for me. Enter Vivian Whitmore, 52, real estate agent, moved here in 2020 and quickly elected HOA president on her Protect Our Investments platform. She lives in an $850,000 McMansion 3 houses down, drives a white Tesla with vanity plates reading House Qin. People who need plates to announce their status rarely have real power. She measures neighbors' grass with a ruler at 7 a.m. on Saturdays, like a suburban surveyor gone mad. Our first run-in was at the mailbox cluster. I was enjoying the fresh asphalt smell from recent roadwork when her designer heels clicked closer. Garrett, right? Her voice was syrupy, artificial vanilla, laced with condescension. She was drenched in perfume that mixed with the asphalt and made my eyes water. She wanted to chat about my work truck degrading the aesthetic and offered to help find more appropriate commercial parking. I explained politely that I wasn't in the HOA. My property predated their rules, and I parked on my own land. Her smile stayed fixed, but her eyes turned icy. Everyone needs to contribute to community standards. We're all in this together. That phrase told me everything. She was going to be trouble. A week later, city code enforcement showed up over an anonymous complaint about unlicensed commercial vehicle storage. The inspector found nothing wrong, but noted the complaint used precise real estate jargon only an insider would know. Vivian had research codes, expecting me to fold. She didn't know who she was dealing with. Then came the petition, door to door with a binder of photos of my truck from every angle, claiming it would attract more contractors and lower values, like honest work was a disease. She measured my bumper-to-sidewalk distance with a tape, 27.5 inches. She got 23 signatures, mostly from newcomers terrified of blue-collar invasion. A 73-year-old retired electrician named Harold, who helped wire half the houses, warned me she'd spread lies that I planned to commercialize the area. He also hinted the property records were interesting. Elena's father had kept certain rights. At the city council meeting, Vivian presented first, heels clicking like a countdown, painting me as a menace. I stayed calm, laid out Elena's death certificate, inheritance docs, my business license, insurance, and brought 3 longtime neighbors to testify. Harold on free rewiring after a storm. Mrs. Chun on grab bars for her mom. Dave on foundation repair. All no charge. The council voted her petition down 5-0. Afterward, she cornered me in the parking lot with fake sympathy about Elena's loss, then suggested I sell to something more suitable to your lifestyle. Translation: where poor people belong. I drove off, Diesel mixing with her vanilla perfume. But Harold's words stuck. I dug into the records at Pinnacle Title. Linda, a 37-year veteran, showed me the 1997 survey. When Elena's father sold to Meadowbrook Development, he retained ownership of Pinehurst Drive itself. The entire road, a 60-foot strip from Maple Street to the cul-de-sac. Meadowbrook went bankrupt in 2001. The transfer to the city never finalized. I'd owned the road for over 20 years. Vivian's house and 47 others accessed their properties only because I allowed it. Elena had known. She'd hidden a note in her jewelry box. If anyone tries to bully you off this land, check the 1997 survey markers. Daddy made sure we'd always have the upper hand. Even gone, she protected me. With my attorney friend Jake and surveyor Marcus, we planned quietly. Quiet title action to confirm ownership, petition to reclassify as private road with public easement, giving me veto over developments needing access, and document all harassment for countersuits. The city owed me $160,000 in unauthorized maintenance reimbursements. Vivian escalated. Noise complaints at 6 a.m. For my engine warm-up, BBB filing with fake anonymous customers dismissed. Facebook stalking with photos of my property. Emergency HOA meeting with PowerPoint on the haze problem, proposing fees for defense against me. Harold shut it down publicly. Then came spray paint move on my garage. Caught on upgraded cameras, her heels unmistakable. Nail strip in my driveway, puncturing tires. Backup footage showed her retrieving it. Bribery offered to buy my house at inflated price to solve our problems. Flyers smearing me as unstable post-widowhood. Complaints to my licensing board, all fabricated, dismissed. Jake uncovered her scheme. Option contracts on homes of people she'd harassed, elderly, families with kids, renters, create problems, drive down prices, flip for profit. My road ownership threatened her empire. City notifications went out. Vivian's shriek echoed when she opened hers. She hired a PI, distributed defamatory flyers, caught on camera, went nuclear at the public hearing. The Civic Center overflowed, news crews filmed. Vivian's attorney argued adverse possession. City attorney confirmed my claim valid. Footage played, her measuring, towing, vandalizing, flyering. She melted down on camera. This is extortion. My house is worth more than his entire existence. Sobbing as the council voted 5-0 to approve reclassification. She settled. $15,000 damages, my legal fees, written apology, permanent no contact, full disclosure of road ownership to buyers, crashing her resale value. Her Tesla vanished. House sold 20% below asking after months. The neighborhood healed. I hosted block parties on my road, Harold grilling, Mrs. Chin's dumplings, kids' lemonade stand. I granted the city easement for maintenance while keeping veto power. Reimbursements funded the Elena Memorial Scholarship for trade school students in plumbing, electrical, carpentry, honest skills that matter. Harold now teaches property rights workshops using my case. We've helped others uncover easements and fight HOA overreach. The ripple spread. Stories inspired people statewide to check records and push back. Now, sitting on my back porch where Elena and I dreamed of retirement, kids play on the street I own, where neighbors help instead of judge. Elena's ring hangs warm against my chest as the sunset feels like justice served warm. Have you faced an HOA nightmare? Share below. Misery loves company, but victory loves sharing the blueprint. Sometimes the best revenge isn't just living well, it's legally owning the road your enemies drive on.